Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Justin here on Bench Addict, and tonight I'm going to go over the Accuracy One Precision Primer Gauge, some things that I've found about it and how to fix it, how I found those, and what brought them to attention. So on the table here, I have two. This one here is the way it comes from Accuracy One with the eye gauging indicator on there. This is just an extra tool body. They have different size bolt face or case head diameters, and this one does a certain 3, this one does another 3 different sizes. Anyways, I have this this Mitutoyo indicator here that measures in at 10,000ths of an inch versus the eye gauging that measures at half thousand increments. Just push on the end there a little bit, you can see. Right there, so that's all you get is either a whole or half thou readings, where versus this you're getting all the way the full 10th decimal place or 4th decimal place for each 1/10,000th of an inch. So what I found was I had measured a bunch of 308 pockets here, and I also have this Primal Rights tool here for measuring pockets and primers. And what I noticed was that my readings were not agreeing with each other very well. The accuracy, or the Primal Rights, I was getting pretty good consistent readings with my cut pockets. It was give or take about 2/10ths of an inch, well, 2/10,000ths of an inch variation in my cutting depths. So from my deepest pocket to my shallowest pocket was still under a half a thou, 4/10,000ths, 4/10,000ths of an inch, which is great. When I checked with this gauge, I want to say that was closer to about 1 thou. Depending on the batch of brass, and I had thought, well, I've got this more accurate indicator. Why use one that reads half thou when I have this nice Mitutoyo that I can stick right in there and use instead of the eye gauging? It's a much more expensive indicator. So I thought, well, I'd try that, and then I wanted to see how the readings compared with this versus the Primal Rights. And what I found was that I had a lot more variation in pocket depths with this than what I did with the Primal Rights, which led me to think, or wonder why. And I had noticed too that this plunger piece, I'm going to pull this apart just so you can see. I showed this in my previous video, but it only takes a sec to pop this apart. So this is how the tool comes apart. You have essentially 3 pieces. You have the indicator, you have the tool body, and you have the plunger. You have 2 of these plungers that come with the kit, in this box that I showed with this gauge. You'll get a small pocket and a large pocket plunger. One side is nice and flat, the side you can see facing the camera, and then this side has kind of a dished side that goes towards the stem of the indicator. Just sits right on top of here. So this literally just drops down inside of here like so, and you can see it's sticking out of the bottom now. It can't fall through, the hole's too small. It just stops against this shoulder here. And so when that's sitting in there, I mean, so this is moving up and down at the same time as the stem on the indicator. And I noticed that when the two are put together, I'll just stick this back together quick and grab a zeroing block. And so I'm going to press and hold origin to, whoops, I have a very steady hold there. Oh, kind of hard to do facing the camera. Okay, there. Now we have 0. Okay. Now I'm just going to recheck my 0 a few times to check repeatability. Oh, see, there we go a little bit. I'm holding steady and tight. Now if I rotate this plunger on the bottom here a little bit and check my measurements again, rotate it a little more, try it again. So as you can see, my repeatability is not real great here. Now I'm starting to get closer back to 0. Even if I just twist this block around in here, you know, or even if I just kind of wiggle it front, you know, side to side, front and back, just within the tiny little bit of play that's between the size of this and the size of the ring in here, there's a little, just tiny little bit of wiggle. And so that plunger piece has a little bit of play. I can grab the end of it and I can wiggle on the end of that a little bit. I feel a little bit of play in there. So I decided to try getting rid of, I had an idea to get rid of that whole plunger piece. And since on indicators, you can get just about any tip you can think of. They sell this nice little kit here you can buy on Amazon for about 20 bucks. You got 3 different lengths there. Not knowing exactly what length I was going to need, it was kind of nice. You can buy just one. For this, you only need the long one. I don't remember offhand what size that was, or length. But anyways, I figured I'd probably use them all anyways somewhere along the line. So we take that, and here's the dial indicator again. It's got just a flat tip on the bottom of here that just unscrews out of there. And we'll screw this one in. Just like so. Okay. And that is the diameter of a large rifle primer. I mean, I'm not, maybe not to the 1,000th of an inch, but it's close enough. It's 5 millimeters. So that can sit right down in, you know, that'll feed right down in here. It'll come right through. You see it sticking out now? I don't need it sticking out that far though, so I'll just kind of make it about flush and then tighten down my screw on the side here. Okay. Now we'll try this again. We'll stick my zeroing block in here. We'll zero it out. And 0. Oh, got a 1. Oh, 0. 1. 0. 0. one. Now if I wiggle side to side, front to back, it really doesn't change much. And a couple of flickers I got where it showed me, it looked like a 5. You gotta remember, it's really hard to keep, you know, if this thing just tips just a little bit while you're wiggling, it you know, it's gonna throw a reading. So that was my find on that, my fix on this. And that, once I went through and measured and did a comparison, I took 100 readings, just exactly the way I showed, just using a 0 block, and I don't know why when I turn this way, it's interesting. We're gonna move this camera in a little bit closer so I can set this on the bench. It's really hard to get perfect, you know, to the 10,000th of an inch readings doing it with holding it in my hands. There we go. So zero, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I mean, I could sit here and do this for a while. Occasionally you get a flicker of a 1, but that's about it when you have the thing set up right. So, you know, I can do the same thing on this Primal Rights here. That's already at 0. You know, sit here and keep checking repeatability, and it's the same thing that we're doing here with this gauge, and I'm seeing the same repeatability now by eliminating this piece here and just putting that stem in there instead. So, you know, $20, not even. I think these go for about $9 a piece on Amazon if you just buy the long one. If you see the set, I'll include the link for these on the Patreon, where the video will be posted. For details on the comparison between the two, I've got a spreadsheet on there for all the measurements that were taken, given the amount of deviation, the spread between the two. It really checks out. I'm getting exactly the same consistency with the accuracy one with the Mitutoyo on there now, to the 1/10,000th of an inch. So the Mitutoyo gauge here is a little pricey at $300, but if you've already got this accuracy one kit, you know, you're already like $200 into, and I think it was $210 for this, and then another $50 for the extra tool body, and I don't know, whatever other extras there are. I think that's about it. But you know, if you've already got it, you already got it. So rather than going out and spending the money on this, at a lot higher price point, you know, a $300 indicator to me is, you know, I mean, that's pretty good savings for an upgrade. So, and you can use this for so many other things. You know, you take this dial indicator out of here, you know, you put it on your surface plate here, you know, check primer heights. You know, this just, you pull this out of here, and you know, I screw it onto there, and okay, you know, now I'm set for, you know, measuring that. So, you know, this works for a lot of things other than just the tools. So, $300 isn't a lot for what you're getting and what you can do with it. I think that pretty much sums this up for tonight and what I wanted to cover on that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe, and join me on Patreon. That's where all the good stuff really is. If you really want to see all the testing and everything that I do, is all on there. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.